Henry Cavill is known for being Superman more than he is for being Henry. It's just the way it is. He was iconic as Superman, so let's just say we all collectively lost our minds when it was announced he'll be playing him again, only for that announcement to be unexpectedly taken back. Henry is no longer playing Superman, and in this video we're going to get to the bottom of why it happened. First up, Henry Cavill is no longer playing Superman. Just 2 months after announcing his return as Superman, Henry Cavill dropped a major bombshell: he won't be playing the Man of Steel anymore. This was something no one was expecting, especially since Cavill himself said he was coming back. It looks like DC is making some changes, and Cavill's time as Superman has come to an abrupt end. James Gunn's tweet confirmed the news, which Henry tried to explain through his Instagram post thanking fans for their support. On October 25th, 2022, days after Black Adam hit theaters, it was announced that James Gunn and Peter Safran would be becoming DC Studios' new co-CEOs. This happened shortly after Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav hinted at a reset in the franchise, sparking speculation that these two could create an entirely new DC universe. Adding fuel to the fire, James Gunn even went so far as to reference a new DCU, implying their efforts would be focused on the future of the franchise. But this left many wondering if they were preparing something totally different or just refreshing what already exists. But from what we can see, they want a completely fresh start. Moving on, the odds were against Cavill's Superman. Because of the mixed reviews of Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, the flop that was Justice League, and a lack of clear direction for the DC universe after Justice League, Henry Cavill's Superman wasn't able to reach his full potential. Even those who didn't necessarily agree with Zack Snyder's take on Superman thought Cavill was one of the highlights of the DCEU. Despite his character being so closely linked to Snyder's films, there was still potential for Cavill's Superman to be successful with a new course. Unfortunately, 5 years after Justice League, DC has yet to find that new course. Henry Cavill's last time as Superman was way back in 2017 with Justice League. It turned out to be a huge letdown, not only because of the film's poor performance, but also because of the issues behind the scenes that caused major delays. People were unsure if we'd ever see Cavill as Superman, and for years, the only glimpses we got were a cameo in Shazam and when Superman appeared as a silhouette in Peacemaker. It was really unclear what was going to happen with Cavill's Superman future. Up next, who will play the next Superman instead? The news of Henry Cavill's exit from the role of Superman broke the hearts of superhero fans around the world. After all, it won't be easy living up to Henry Cavill's Superman. At the moment, the man all the superhero fans want as the next Superman is David Corenswet. He has a growing list of credits, including The Politician, We Own This City, and Pearl. His resemblance to the younger version of Cavill is uncanny, which makes it easier to picture him playing Clark Kent in his earlier days. In fact, the internet has been flooded with tweets from dedicated Superman fans who are hoping that David will be the one to get the part. David Corenswet isn't the only actor being considered for the role of Superman. Jacob Elordi from Euphoria, Will Poulter, Michael B. Jordan, and Nicholas Braun from Succession have all been mentioned by fans as potential contenders. Each one of these actors brings something special to the table and could really shake things up with the character. Coming up, why the news was so shocking. Fan or not, everyone was super upset when it had been announced Henry Cavill is officially stepping down from his role as Superman. After playing the part for 7 years since Man of Steel in 2013, he's become an icon for the last Son of Krypton. It seems like even Cavill himself was taken aback by the news, as he mentioned in the Instagram post that it was not the easiest news to hear, indicating that this decision might not have been his own. It came as a shock to DCU fans everywhere when Henry Cavill's future with the franchise seemed uncertain. After all these years, it was unclear if he'd be returning as Superman or not, but then out of nowhere, both Cavill and Warner Bros. Confirmed he'll be reprising his iconic role, which ultimately led to Cavill's departure from Netflix's The Witcher. Even if he wouldn't play Geralt anymore, at least he'd be coming back as Superman again. But all our dreams came crashing down when James Gunn revealed he was developing a new version of the Man of Steel. It was clear that Henry Cavill just didn't fit into his vision at all. Up next, will the same happen with the other Justice League actors? Henry Cavill was the original Superman in the DCEU, and it seemed like he would stay on to lead this cinematic universe. He played the iconic role in Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, Justice League, and a post-credit scene in Black Adam, making him the face of the original DC movie universe. Unfortunately, recent news has suggested that a new Superman movie is on its way with a different actor playing the role, which means there could be a full reboot of the entire DCEU instead of just a soft reboot. This means that so many of the actors who'd been cast in iconic roles for these previous movies will likely be recast. A while back, it was revealed that Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman 3 had been canceled, and news of this spread like wildfire throughout the DC fandom. This caused a lot of confusion and speculation about why the movie was no longer happening, but Jenkins later released a statement on Twitter saying that she hadn't left the project, it just couldn't move forward at that time. Everyone was wondering if Gal Gadot would ever play the iconic superhero, but with the cancellation of Wonder Woman 3 and the news of a Superman reboot, it's pretty obvious that Wonder Woman will also be be recast. To add to this, there's even been talk that James Gunn and Peter Safran are considering having Jason Momoa take on a completely new DC character, Lobo. This means that Aquaman and the Last Kingdom will be Momoa's last time appearing as an aquatic superhero. Moving on, what does this mean for Superman in Batman's universe? It's already bad enough that we won't be seeing Henry Cavill in Man of Steel ever again, and it's the same case for the Batman universe. No one knows for sure what's going on with the Batman film franchise, but if we had to take a wild guess, it's highly unlikely that Henry Cavill will show up in the next Batman movie, although that movie was already postponed for an eternity. DC fans are still in suspense, wondering who will take on the iconic role of Batman next. After Variety reported that Batman could be part of James Gunn's new universe, things have gotten a bit complicated. It doesn't seem like Reeves' Superman reboot would fit into Gunn's world, so this could be the chance for audiences to get a totally fresh Batman. People are still trying to figure out who the next Batman will be after Variety reported that Batman could potentially be part of James Gunn's new universe. Speculation has been running wild. It seems like Reeves' Superman reboot would fit into this world, so it might be a chance to introduce an entirely new version of the iconic superhero. Not to mention what they're gonna do about Cavill's cameo in The Flash. Superman was supposed to make a surprise appearance in The Flash. Rumors of this had been circulating for quite some time, and it was finally confirmed just a while back. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that'll be the case anymore, as DC Studios have decided to reboot the Superman movie franchise, and now that Cavill doesn't play the hero, they've decided to cut that entire scene out. The main point of the cameo was to create hype for the next Superman movie, or at least the one that was supposed to come out, but now that's been scrapped and there's no point in the cameo. Unlike Superman though, General Zod and Fiora from Man of Steel will be making their grand return to the DCU. Not only that, but we're also being introduced to Supergirl, played by Sasha Calle, but it looks like she isn't part of the main DC universe or timeline, so no one knows how long Supergirl will stick around after The Flash. Next, will Cavill return as the Witcher instead? A lot of people thought Henry Cavill left The Witcher because he was given the opportunity to play Superman again in the DC Extended Universe, but neither Cavill nor Netflix have revealed the reason behind his departure, meaning we might never find out why he decided to go. All we know is that Cavill won't be coming back for season 4 of The Witcher, and Liam Hemsworth has been cast in his place. It was revealed that he'd been leaving right after Black Adam premiered, which was extremely unexpected for fans since it seemed like it was just the beginning of his journey. What's even worse about this is that it doesn't seem like Henry Cavill himself actually wanted to leave the superhero. He mentioned in his Instagram post that this was something that was difficult for him. Finally, could he go to Marvel instead? Ever since it was announced that Henry Cavill was leaving the DC universe, fans have been hoping to see him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Cavill has been cast for a few different roles over the years, including Captain Britain and Hyperion, sometimes known as Marvel's Superman. Another potential role could be Sentry, an Avenger who has often been compared to Superman. All these characters are unique in their own right, but it would be great to see Cavill bring one of them to life on the big screen. That's it for today's video. Do you think Henry Cavill's Superman can be replaced? Make sure to let us know in the comments below. As always, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, and we'll see you in the next one.